Hello and welcome everybody. We have the patch notes for May 28th and 2026 for NAEU. I am a little bit nasally because I'm still getting over the back end of a cold, but let's get into it. So first off, we have the final PvP changes. Kunoichi, melee DPS assassin focus is being adjusted, so in Awakening, Core Delighted Blast, the defensive effect has been changed from a super armor to a forward guard. On the Half Moon Slash, the stamina will no longer recover, and the defensive effects will be removed immediately after the attack. Penumbral Blade, the stiffness has been changed to PvE only, and it's been changed so that the character becomes visible immediately after moving. That is quite a change. Moonstorm, they added a stiffness on hits and removed the down smash, and on the Pinwheel Fury, they changed the defensive effect from super armor to a super armor while using the skill. Then we have Striker Awakening. So Endless Explosion, the HP recovery has been changed from 98 to 200. On Ferocious Assault and Flow Bite Off, the HP recovery has been removed. Battle Cry, the HP recovery has been changed from 180 to 224. And Spiral Cannon, they removed the recover HP per hit, and the all evasion increase has changed from plus 36 to plus 24. Mystic, only one small change. Dragon's Rip, they changed the defensive effect from super armor to a forward guard, and they improved the skill to allow faster combos into Flash Step, Silent Step, and Mass Destruction during the skill. I think this is the suction skill. This could really trip up Mystics from now on. Lahn, Awakening, the Deadly Dance, the resource consumption will be changed from the WP to stamina, and it will be 200. The cooldown will also be changed to from 6 to 8, and we have some PvP damage adjustments. So the Flow Mangler will do roughly 4% less damage, 40.5. Deadly Dance will do around 2 to 3% less at 34%, and Tailspin will do about 2% less at 35.3. Then we have Drakania Succession getting a touch up with the HP changes. Those have been great. We're now finally getting the ions for PvP a little bit more. Prime Skewer, the stockpile ions, will go from 6 to 9. This is an unprotected skill, so it is very risky. Prime Marthanon's Dominion, it's a very stationary Shift E. Almost nobody really uses it unless they get a chance to. The ions will go from 3 to 6. This might make it more worthwhile. It is a super armor skill at least. Brimbolt Annihilation, the stockpile will also go from 3 to 6. This is a frontal guard skill. Succession Azure Onslaught is a super armor skill. It is the WE, so we will get 3 stockpiles added to that. That is also a big engage skill, so this will be really good for Drakanias. One second. There we go. Prime Ascent is also changing the cooldown from 12 to 10 seconds. I haven't used this skill too much in PvP. It is super armor and does do a good amount of damage, but it does carry some risks. But less cooldown is always nice. Then finally, we have Woosa, a small change. So Woosa's movement skills were functioning differently. They will now be unified. So Yangbang Step, Flitting Step, and the Chain Flitting Step. So the Chain Flitting Step will activate after the Yangbang. They changed Flitting Step to be available during cooldown, and accordingly, the Chain Flittering Step can now activate in place of Yangbang Step or Flitting Step when the skills are on cooldown. The way Yangbang, Flitting Step, and the Chain one activate when comboed with each other has been changed in line with the changes above, and it's been changed so stamina does not recover until the skill motion ends during these 3 skills. The stamina cost has also been changed from 250 to 200. Then we have some general class changes. Drakania Impaled, I think that is Awakening in this case. They fixed an issue where the grapple exclusive visual effects were occasionally invisible to other adventurers. Yeah, definitely Awakening. When comboing into a skill after Storm Maul. Meiwa Chain Moonrise. They fixed an issue with the sound effect on the skill demo video. Sounded unnatural. And on Mystic's Dragon Rip, they fixed an issue where the pull effect did not immediately disappear when hit by a CC during the skill. So, yeah, it does seem to be the pull skill. Alter Bloods, the second Abyssal Illusion is coming out, so we are getting the second Abyssal Illusion. The minimum matchmaking AP is 395, recommended total AP 1895, min-matching DP 450, or recommended 760. They also added a weekly clear rewards for this. Pretty much the same rewards as before, just a little bit boosted up, not too much. Actually, I think they might be the exact same, but probably higher probability on the Advice of Alks, Resplendent Hungers, Devouring, and Gold Bar boxes. You can also obtain the first time clear rewards for completing it. This will hold 1 Resplendent Origin of Dark Hunger, 2 gold bar boxes, which can contain 3 to 10 gold bars. They also increase the time before Alkeda's Psyche disappears in the Altar of Blood by approximately 20 seconds. Then we have item stacking. They improve the following items to stack into a single slot in places such as inventory and storage. This includes a few things like Gula's Courser's Training Selection boxes, underwear boxes, glasses boxes, the 7-day Splat Fishers or Shark sets, the Choose Your Artisan Worker box 1 and 2, Choose Your Skill Exchange coupon box, the Combat Life Scroll boxes, Quagala Horse Gear crafting boxes, and even some accessory boxes for the mouth and ear, Sharp Black Crystal bundles, and the Boss Gear exchange coupons. So with that, we're going to be gaining a few spaces. Then we have some central market price adjustments. The full list, we're going to go through it real quickly. Pretty much energy potions are going up around 300%. Well, actually, for 300% on all of them for the max price. Stats are being unified at 50,000. The rates are different for each one since some of them were already closer to the 50,000. Meats are also going up to 50,000 max price. Again, prices varied, so the increase is different. Dried fish staying a bit weird, going up pretty much above 30,000 each fish, but there is still some tiny fluctuation in some of the dried fish, so the percentages are also be varying across the board. Then we have some other items mentioned, so the traditional cooking and alchemy tools from the Lahn and Morning Light, they're going up by 120%. The triple float fishing rod is going up to 100 million from 9.3 million, so 975% increase there. The wild ginseng or millennial wild ginseng is going up to 10 billion. That is a small increase. The raw heart and the upgraded version are also going up to 10 billion and 10.5 billion respectively. And the Delosia powder is also going up to 50,000, and the refined Delosia reagent to 80,000. They also made a small change that you can improve the extraction with the Mirror of Equilibrium on the Gauche Master Matchlocks or sniper rifles, and you can now extract your Gauche Rara's heart. Then we have the world boss Quint and Maraka. They fixed an issue where some of Quint's attack animations appeared awkward. They also changed Maraka's black gem summon pattern. So the safe zone formed behind the black gem summoned by Maraka has been expanded. If Maraka's HP falls below a certain level during the black gem pattern, he will now get up immediately and resume combat without waiting for the pattern to end. The visibility of the attack indicator for Maraka, howling attack after summoning a black gem, has also been improved, and back attacks no longer apply when attacking the summoned black gem. They also added some camera effects to some of Maraka's attacks, and they fixed an issue where the elephant trap trip debuff was applied when hit by Quint or Maraka attacks. Small change for boats. You will no longer be overloaded if you reach the exact max weight limit. So as a result, ships will no longer become overloaded where their current load matches their max weight. So pretty much if you reach 30,000 on a 30,000 LT ship, it's not going to go overweight. But if you go 30,001, it still will. Quest and Knowledge. They removed the Elvia Ataraxian quest that can no longer be completed from the Suggested tab. And NPC in background, the great alchemist Alustin has shared the method of creating energy potions with Dalashane, so you can now exchange energy potions with every Dalashane in every city. Sad news, item cheer dropped animation removal, so for pretty much grinding drops, all cheers will be removed. However, the character will still perform a cheer animation as before when obtaining high-grade items through other means such as opening boxes, but within combat it will no longer cheer. The notification and UI position can be adjusted, so overall you would just get an extra pop-up now, no longer a cheer, but this one can be moved separately to the general item drops. They also added reward details to the War of the Roses application UI. They improved Find My Item when opening Control F with the Quest UI open. Then we have the Arena of Solare penalty. So this is being introduced to stop people from joining and then not participating. So they added a penalty system for players who remain idle or perform equivalent behaviors during AoS ranked matches. Penalties will be repeated with repeated offenses, will earn up to 30-day matchmaking restrictions in AoS, and penalized adventurers will receive a deserter penalty minus 35 points and will not receive any victory or defeat rewards. A penalty notification will also be displayed to the penalized adventurer once the match ends, and attempting to matchmake while the penalty is applied will also restrict it. So here we can see a warning on the first one. Second one will be 24 hours blocked, same for 3. Then it'll go up to 72 for 4, 5, 6. 144 hours for 7, 8, 288 hours, pretty much 14 days, and 9 will actually block you for 30 days. The number of offenses reset at the end of the AoS season, so they will not carry over. Further, they also improved the UI to display the probability in which enhancement levels can drop when an enhancement fails. And web, they improved the order in the UI of account information on the link account. And translations, they changed Guild Auction House to Guild House Auction and hoeing to hoe gathering. Then we have some modifications and changes. On Mystic, they fixed an issue where the Venatrix gloves appeared awkward when worn. Node War, we have some fixes where damage was not applied when attacking a defense tower from close range. They fixed an issue where the installable area of forts in the between remote construction and manual installation within certain regions. They fixed some issues where remote installation was unavailable for the Lord of Valencia Castle. Fixed some issues where construction node wars would abruptly end in certain situations. Fixed an issue where the builder name appeared awkward in the ship info when upgrading a ship. Fixed some issues where Krokdala would appear as D name when using Fort Chop, pretty much when shallow water. I hate that it's Doom. Excuse me. Then we have they fixed an issue where a character would jump when pressing space while using the auto move function for storage, enhancement, or family inventory. Changed to residence storage so that trade items and barter goods can no longer be withdrawn after moving to a residence using Star of Nostos. Fixed an issue where the adventurers possessed by black spirit monsters at certain locations in Kafra's cave was not hit by certain skills. Fixed some awkward item descriptions from the Troll Dark Crystal and Ogre Dark Crystal. Then they fixed an issue where the Alchemy Stone UI appeared awkward when opened after enhancing a Totem of the Sea. Fixed the where Enhanced Protect button on the enhancement UI was vertically misaligned. Then there was an issue on the Dale Pier Barterer overlapping awkwardly with surrounding terrain. Fixed some issue with trial characters could play Arena of Solar replays. Fixed some issues where family names were truncated in AoS voice chat. Fixed some issues where family-bound enhancement materials could not be moved in the inventory using storage functions. And they fixed an issue where the weekly exchange limit for the managed currency occasionally did not reset if the PC system time differed from server time. Then they fixed some issues where some of the production nodes were displayed when selecting a node type in the production node filter UI. Fixed some issues with the blue sea crystal box occasionally dropped multiple items instead of one. Then they fixed an issue where movement speed increases for the following character were 0.1 lower than stated in their item descriptions. Then they fixed some issues where truncated titles in mails could not be pressed. And they fixed some issues where characters and monsters were momentarily visible during vanishing animations. And then finally, we have a big selection of gamepad mode fixes. One for the War of the Roses application UI, then another one for the key guide there. They fixed an issue where more than a maximum of 10 guild tabs could be added. Then the screen shift left and right on snapping on the guild skills UI. Fixed where the killstreak notification did not display during node wars there. And alliance notices could not be saved. And they finally fixed an issue where the quantity of Medal of Glory in the determined resolve rewards description did not match the actual amount obtained. With that, we're going into the events. We have the late season event quest from now until June 18th. Pretty much for victory, this is a repeat of the previous one. You pretty much have one win for the spring outfit box on week 1, week 2, and week 3 again. Then we also have the weekly new Masters of Ascent, so again 5, 10 ranked matches, pretty much being for the rewards. Then we have a second one, the second half or late season special pass. This seems to be a completely fresh season pass again, with 5 points for victory, 3 for a draw, and 2 for a defeat. Pretty much going through the Solare Pass fully again. Again, you have a Solare Special Pass. This is all available again, nothing too crazy there. They are adding, well, they do have the old titles in there, but they do have some new ones. They have the Social Action Too Easy and Say My Name, and here we can see the preview of them. It's pretty much shadow boxing and then fist bumping the air, and pretty much just standing in a proud pose. Otherwise, they have all the other dances in here as well if you want to check them out. Then we have the June daily login rewards. Nothing too crazy here. It's standard login rewards, nothing over the top. Just the Resplendent Shakatu seals in here. Then we have Nerry returning, so exchanging pets is being made available again. So you can meet Nerry in Velia, near Igor Batali, and you can give tier 3 or tier 4 pets. If you give a tier 3, you get pretty much a choice box of a value pack of 15 days, Thea's Orbs, Mount Skill change coupons. This one's not too big. The one that more people are interested in is the tier 4 exchange. You get the tier 4 exchange box, but also the pet exchange token. The box itself, you can select one of the following 700 Cron Stones, choose your made box times 2, Artisan's Memory, or Blessing of the Moon 20 days, or pet skill change coupons. But the one that most people want for the pet exchange token, if you have 2 of them, you can get each choose your pet title box, which has the Adorbs, Fuzzball, Woof, Meow, and Lovable again. And otherwise, you can choose your Warm Journey box, choose your premium outfit, Pet Wizard Goofy, or 100 Cron Stones. Then we have the Remnants of Distortion Chapter 3 starting till June 11th. So in this time, we have the World Boss Black Wings with the location and schedule. So NA has it at 15:30, 22:30, and 4:45 on UTC. EU has it on CEST 9:30, 18:30, and 22:45. So one in the morning, one in the evening, one later at night, just like before. This is pretty much the same for the Pacific. I think that's Pacific daytime. PDT 8:30, 15:30, and 21:45. There is an important note for this event. You cannot kill or attack or kill the World Boss Blackwings while progressing through quests related to Etherion Jordine. If you have Etherion's Whispers around Edania towards the Castle, Journey's End, or Shattered Peace, or the Growing Energy of Azure Reach, or the Weekly for the Throne of Etherion, you will need to complete or forfeit the quest to join in the fight. Blackwing's subjugation rewards includes a guaranteed Essence of Black Wings, Remnants of Distortion, Crons, Sharps, concentrated magical black gems, magical shards, and Kaphra stones, and you have a probability to get the Stone of Dense Energy, Heart of the Black Wings, which is a furniture piece, and a lot of Cron boxes, and also Breath of Black Wings Combat and Breath of Black Wings Life. The Heart of Black Wings has an extra AP against monsters plus 20 with an item drop rate plus 50. You have a durability of 5 times. It is 5 hours long. Then we have the Breath of Black Wings for combat. You have extra AP against monsters plus 10, monster damage reduction, death penalty reduction, knowledge gain chance, and a duration of 180 minutes. And the life one, pretty much 150 mastery, 50 life XP, weight limit, energy recovery, movement speed, luck, and also 180 minutes. Breath of Black Wings, combat and life will be removed during the June 18th maintenance, so you cannot start stockpiling these on different characters. Then we have Chapter 2, a special quests. Thread of the Engulfing Shadow, talk to Martha Kean in Veliet and set out to defeat Blackwings. You can then choose your Duskwing Calling Horn box. The quest event threatening will be removed during the June 11th. And unopened Duskwing Calling Horn boxes or gold-blue Calling Horns will be removed during June 25th. Instantly move to Edania as well, completing the event Threat of the Engulfing Shadow, then talk to Martha Keenan to move to Akinsa Sanctuary, or Cabal Bahram to move to Velia during the quests. Then we have Special Quest 2, Signs of Creeping Darkness. Defeat Blackwings and hand over the essence to Martha. You can then bring this over and you will get the Heart of the Blackwings guaranteed. Enhancement Help Kits, standard, and 5 of the buffs each. Then we also have Get a Piece of Edana times 5. Throne Manor, Furniture, Darkness, and Views Edania quest. So you accept the quest. These are from the Black Spirit. You defeat the boss. This is a weakened version again. You can do this at each location. Growing Energy of Azure Reach, Emerald Tides, and so on. You will get the event Manor Throne, which will be the throne displayed. You get that as a furniture piece. You get a piece of Edana and some extra goodies, as shown here. And you get that for all 5 bosses. And then finally, we have Chapter 4, with more monsters from Edania approach being a tease. Finally, we got the Pearl Shop update. My throat is starting to get scratchy. I bet you're hearing it. So we have the Blessing of Cronstone Special Pro Box, a 6,000 Pro Box for 6,000 A coin, and you get 7 days of Blessing of Cronstones. Could be quite nice. It's a little bit of a boost, better than just a standard. Then we have a 20% discount coupon Special Pro Box. Doesn't really feel worth it. Solare Special Pass, obviously getting mentioned. Glorious Premium Pack. Special Thanks Premium Pack, nothing too crazy there. Pretty much Gamba boxes. Dream Box Pack, Gamba Box. Dreamy Butterfly Box, also Gamba. Choose Your Rare Pet Pack. This could be a bit interesting if you're going to be exchanging, but 30% off on that. Fairy's Blessing Pack, 30% off. And then we have just an additional discounts on the mount category, 25%, and 530% scrolls for silver are also back. Pretty much you can buy 53 within this sales period. So with that, I wish you the best of luck. I really hope you don't get a summer sickness like I did, and I wish you all the best.